gotta shove her eyelashes back into her skull. So I have a varied array of doll things. I have Holly, she's sitting at the desk, but I need some other things, so you know. Something quickly learn about dolls is things are very out of scale. Like, this is the same person, like the same brand, notebook and pencil. This is just a Starbucks cup from Disneyland. Water bottle. It's 9 p.m. and I came back to this mess of a room. I have 6 out of the 7 individual pics. So I kind of have 3 different things I want to do. I'm doing the individual pics, which are just pictures of the dolls themselves, and then so it'll be 7 poems with just a picture of one doll. And those will be my individual ones. So Molly in the ancient setting, Holly at the desk, Amy by the window in the rain. Those pictures. And then I'm gonna have headshots. So I'm gonna have like a models page. I think it's gonna be fun. So I gotta do those, but obviously it's too dark to do those right now. For all those pictures. I know exactly when I'm gonna do them. I'll do them tomorrow, probably during my creative writing class. I have 10 poems. I have 7 dolls, so the 7 individuals take up for 7 of the poems. But I need 3 more images, or at least how I'm doing it. So 3 more images are going to be 3 group shots. So right here I have the pictures, and actually I have kind of the design I figured out in class today. I'm writing the novel poem, which I'm writing the number, but I know what it is. That is my spine poem that I talked about in, I think, my last Vids video. You kind of saw me create that poem. But that one's gonna be last. I knew that, and I knew I wanted another poem to do with like writing first. So on this sheet of paper, I wrote down the poems, kind of like the general poem, theme of the poem or whatever, because I knew a couple, and then I had to fill in the gaps and such. And I also wrote whether or not I need to write it, if it's an old poem or whatever. The writing one is going to be Holly's individual shot, so that one's done. The school one is going to be a collaborative shot, or a group photo, which I'll take tomorrow. The party one, I'm not sure if I'm going to switch the party and the love in the ancient love poem. So, it's not ancient, but the love poem. The party one's going to be Amy. I'm going to take that one, but that one I can take at night because it's supposed to be dark, like it's in the party. So, that can be dark and the flash be all weird. Take that one tonight. The love picture or whatever I took, that was Molly's individual one. The painful one, I think is gonna have to be a group shot, which I don't know how that's gonna work, but that's okay. Prairie is safe. I keep talking too much through this, so I'm gonna try to go and talk about it a bit more succinctly right now. So these are the 10 poems. You can't really see them, and it doesn't really make sense. In fact, I misspelled some words, but what I just kind of have planned. So this sheet was just me trying to figure out what poems I need to find, what order should the poems already know are, and what poems I need to write. And over here is kind of writing where to find them and so on and so forth. But I know, so for the writing poem, the first poem, that's Holly's individual, so that one's done. The school poem is going to be a group photo I'll take tomorrow. The party will be Amy's group one, not Amy's, but Amy's individual, no, Annie's individual one will be the party. The love one will be Molly's individual. The painful is going to be a group. I'm not entirely sure how that's going to work, but that's just kind of how the roles fell. The recapture, which I mean escape, I'm not entirely sure I put recapture. That one I also have to go. That's also going to be a group shot. Those two are going to be the window one, so basically that's the one with the rain, so that's Amy's. The beginning in one is Leia's, and then writing the novel, that is Grace's. The next morning, so come on, Holly. Holly's foot. It's actually quite different than most of my other videos, simply because I try to avoid videos where I talk a lot. I mean, can't always happen, but that's... So it's a couple hours later. I don't know when I was vlogged. I think it was when I was watching beginning the White House video, which, I mean, I'm still watching because it's an hour long. I haven't had time to finish it yet, but it's, I didn't end up going and actually doing any doll stuff while watching it, simply because I got really interested. So, this is what I've gotten done. It is my lunch period right now. So I have 3 dolls ready for pictures. We have, these dolls will be their, headshots, I guess, mugshots. But we have Molly. Her glasses keep breaking, which is really sad, because for me, she always has glasses, and I took out her braids before realizing I haven't gotten a picture yet, so This is gonna be like one of the few pictures where she doesn't have braids in. I didn't mind taking out her braids for one picture, but for the most part, she almost always has her braids in. It's Holly, and there is Sage, and you can see the doll stuff is literally taking over. There's the basket of clothes, a doll desk, and then homework and school supplies are just falling. But we're gonna take some pictures, so we're gonna take the school shot, and then these ladies singles. It's cold, but I'm so... Okay, none of you guys are allowed to fall, but I'll go get the props. I guess this is blocked by 2 houses. I'm gonna say this is Darling Just Hold On from Louis Tomlinson's song with, I think it's Just Hold On. I love that song, but I wrote that like 3 years ago. It hasn't washed out. It is 2:30 right now, and I just got done off of a phone call with a friend for an English thing. I just took my author biopic, or whatever you want to call it, poet biopic, I guess, technically, and it was really just like me sitting at the desk, because I didn't really have anybody here who would have the patience to hold and take pictures for me. So I did a selfie on my phone. Hopefully it came out okay. If not, I'll just use the old picture that I know came out okay. But Holly needs to get changed into my outfit. Okay, so we have the jacket. It took me a while to find it because I have clothes. I have my own clothes. I have baby clothes. I have doll clothes. It's a mess, and because of finals and school and everything, I just don't have time to go through and clean it up, so we're just not going to. But I have a white hoodie. Holly has a white hoodie. Okay, Holly is now done. Molly was already done after her headshot earlier today, her mugshot. Sage was done. Now Holly is done. Now I just need to take 3, but the third one's going to be like damage control. That's not what it is, but meaning that I may not need it. I'll go and dress some of the dolls. Annie and Grace and maybe Leia. I don't know. But what Amy's going to do for this picture is going to be kind of like a depressed girl picture. So, Annie, this is not Amy, this is Annie. Like, her life is going wrong, but she's going to be in a very pretty, like, ball gown. This is insane. And meanwhile, her life is still going to go to hell. She's probably breaking her legs, but I'm imagining as one girl, but it's being portrayed by a bunch of girls. It's kind of just like the cycle of life in general. But it kind of works out because she was the one at the party, and now it looks like she was going to a fancy party. Like, sitting there, and we're gonna go and make her cry with some water. So I got this picture done. This picture was kind of meant for kind of when, like, the girl hits rock bottom in the story. And so I wanted to show her, like, she has pretty stuff, she has the fancy handbag, the fancy dress, but it's just not, she's kind of just like, how did I get here? So, that is this one, and she is done. Now, I do have to take her shot, but I gotta do it soon before the sun dies. 2 more pictures I mentioned I wanted to get, and I think I can get both of them. And here, I don't think either of them are really too special. So I decided for this next picture, and kind of the last picture I need, I think so. Watch me miss one and have to do something stupid. But I have Grace, whose hair has seen better days, in this dress, and she's gonna come behind and put this sweater on Annie and like act like she's wiping the tears away. I don't know. It looks like something. Picture. Actually, no, that's a trick. Because I gotta do all the mug shots. The final picture where I kind of have to stage them. She's so pretty. Yeah, she's in this outfit. I've kind of just given up on shoes because at this point, like, if you haven't noticed, I didn't change Amy's shoes because, like, in her picture, they're not gonna see the shoes, and in the mugshot, they're not gonna see the shoes, and Grace, I kind of like the idea that she was almost like a fairy without shoes. I don't know. She's also the one like pictured reading the story or reading the poetry collection. So I don't know. Maybe she's like a fairy godmother. But she's just in the Scottsdale American Girl shirt and Sage's jeans. Then we have a picture of her crying with her eyes closed. So I gotta do another thing with water. There's a lot of water photo shoots. Maybe that's a theme in the book. Eyes are closed. Just figured I'd do that before I got into the annoyance of Photoshop photoing. And you know, they're pretty good. You can kind of tell the lashes are missing right there. Okay, it's blurry, so you can't really tell, but like right, there's a line. It's fine. Okay, now I gotta make her cry. Sounds so bad, but I'm gonna have this one curl just because her curls are beautiful, even though you won't even be able to see it. But crappy lighting doesn't kill me, but I really want to do it in front of my door. Ah, dang it, when her eyes popped open. Gotta shove her eyelashes back into her skull. So update, the pictures are coming out very red, but I'm not mad at it. So yeah, let's go. And also my rosaries right here, not the best place for them because they get stuck in the door every time I close it, but you know, that's just where they're living. So that's done. Now I just have to go and take, oh, I gotta wipe the tears away. Now I just gotta go and take the mugshots of the last 4 dolls. So yeah, let's go downstairs and do that. And then I'll be done with the pictures. Let's do this. The last final 4 mugshots. We are done. I tried to almost encapsulate the personality in the pose. I died! With the pictures. Very flattering angle, but it's future me, obviously, and I'm gonna go and kind of wrap up this video. My original plan for this vlog was kind of, I don't know what my plan necessarily was, and I kind of have a vision, but I think I knew it wasn't gonna happen that way, so I don't know, but this is what this vlog turned out to be. But I still think it's probably very interesting, definitely for my creative writing teacher, and probably for other students if they choose to watch it, which is like, ow. I really don't like sharing this channel, but that's a whole nother discussion. I do actually like how this came out, but obviously I'm going to end it. But I have one thing I want to kind of say first. I'm sure some people are probably wondering why we started this project 2.5 days before it was due, and there are multiple reasons for that. The main one, well, I don't know which is the main one, but one reason being, I knew this was going to be a lot of fun. Even the organizing of the poems, using the lucid press, I really enjoy stuff like that. And then obviously the photography is going to be fun. And dressing up the dolls and doing their hair and such. So that was all going to be fun. And so I did kind of know that, like, even if I did push it off a little while, it was still gonna, so when it comes to the theme, I don't write that much poetry, and I don't write that many poems, and so because of that, I don't have too many poems to choose from to make an actually cohesive theme. And so last year I didn't really have a theme. And this year I was planning to label the theme, because I think as like a crazy, like, life is unpredictable. But then on the Wednesday or the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, I ended up writing a spine poem, which I actually wrote that in a vlog that I'll link up above. It was for Vids by Blue, but there's a portion of me actually going and writing. You kind of see some of my process. But after writing that poem really took like the arch of the poetry collection. And so the real way was good, and it's almost like I didn't have the right theme before then. But still, that was like 4 or 5 days or something like that. It's too late for me to do math right now. But it was a while before I actually started the actual project. And that reason is because many reasons. One, I got sick. My whole family was sick. It was a really awful bug. And so I was just doing the bare minimum to survive in school. On top of being sick, I also had several other projects. I had a lot of big projects, which that was really annoying, and I can go into a rant about that in another video, but that was just hard. It was just a lot. And then the other thing, so I've talked about it a bit, was my mental health. One, with the current situation, everyone's mental health is taking a toll. But I also have, when I mentioned this, I have habits of being a workaholic, and I have workaholic habits and a workaholic past. And I could do a whole nother video about about the school system, and I plan to do it and being a good 4.0 straight A student, and alcoholic tendencies and all that stuff, but I'm not going to get into that right now. But trust me when I say it wasn't that I chose to not do it then, it was more just like I couldn't choose to do it then. I couldn't do all the work, and because I knew this was going to be funner, that's not, you know, I'm a writer, but whatever, I decided to go and wait to push it to the end, and honestly, everything worked out in the end, so I guess, I don't know, but okay, now on to, like, the results, I guess.